So the universe has been pushing me literally all day today to like have today be a day of relaxing and a day of rest and only doing what feels right. And that's been really difficult because I have a lot of things I need to get done. I have been trying really hard to take intentional rest and just do only what feels right today. So I've been doing a lot of really random weird tasks. But a message came to me this morning. This message was, be careful turning things to gold because even Midas's touch was a curse that killed everyone he loved. We're gonna pull some tarot about it. I've always been like a really big fan of the whole like everything I touch turns to gold mentality because it's really good for just like boosting your ego when you like need it boosted. It's really good about just like bringing in like manifestation energy and things like that. But sometimes it can also get like a little toxic towards yourself because, I mean, when you're only looking at how can something make me money or how can I profit or benefit from this, then you start taking life out of it. So I've tried shifting more into a mentality of everything I touch turns to life, or everything I touch turns to what I need or what benefits me and those around me. Because if you remember in the story of King Midas, he killed his daughter by touching her and turning her to gold. The energy of today's reading is that some of y'all are literally right where you're supposed to be and where it is you've been trying to get to this whole time, but you're too panicked to even realize it. Literally, right whenever I said panic, my cat came running and here screaming at me. It seems like some of you are still trying to like find a way to drift into smoother waters, but you're already in the smoother waters. You're already where things need to be calm. You're just doing too damn much, which is probably why the universe is wanting me to rest today. No sass at the universe. Love the universe. Things are in a place of harmony right now. Things are really working out around you. Whenever you do everything based on what the feeling is around you, you're in harmony. So you gotta stop putting so much hard work into it. You've been working really hard for a really long time, and that there is payoff in that now. You are in a place where you can calm down. You're just so used to panicking and living on survival mode that it's kind of hard to not. Earlier, there was a tarot reading that I saw come across my other TikTok account, which is my Sammed If You Do, the Sandwich account. If I can find her here, I will tag her. If not, I will go tag her in the comments from my other account. But she said in her video that there's like sweetness in the air. There is like sugar sweet in the air right now. I immediately thought about that when I saw this card. The Six of Cups, anybody that knows anything about tarot knows, it's like childlike wonder, childlike love, a crush, things just very sweet coming in, right? And so also the Lovers came out, and the Lovers is very much about like romantic relationships, romantic partnerships that can either be good or bad. But this is saying that there is a sweetness in the air, that it may be bringing you guys a new romantic partner that is going to bring some sweetness to your life, that's going to be sweet to you and just be kind to you. And what's so weird is that I've also been feeling this here recently, and I saw her reading earlier where she said something about it, and now it's coming out in this reading too. So cycles are ending around like exhaustion and around depression and around having bad sleeping cycles, and it's like we're finally entering this era and this age where we're really listening to what it is our bodies are needing and what our bodies are trying to tell us. It also seems like some of you may have been in hermit mode, you know, like in your shell for a little bit, out of like a situation where you had like a lack of trust for yourself, where you didn't feel like you were capable of making the right decisions in the world around you. But it seems like some of you are finally starting to come out of that. You're coming into a space and age where you are going to have the knowledge in order to judge each situation, to know what is right for you and what's not. And it seems like you going into hermit mode and the things that may have dissuaded you from wanting to be judgmental in the past about things is that you looked at things in the past through like rose-colored glasses. We talked about this before in a tarot reading too. And now you're just simply not anymore. You may have not realized it, and I feel like this is also for me, so I'm like, where did this happen? But you may have not realized it, but the universe has actually tested you a good bit. Like, has tested you a lot to see, like, can you handle certain situations? Can you not handle? What are you going to stay away from? Do you genuinely believe this is bad for you? If you take one step that was kind of like a bad step before, that was like ooh, I just did that today. I just realized that the universe has been testing me. But anyways, so like today, to use it as an example, I sent someone a friend request on Facebook that I know I shouldn't have sent a friend request on Facebook, but in the past where I would have sent the friend request on Facebook and then sit there and obsessed over it and everything else, I didn't. And then when they accepted the friend request, I was just like, okay, cool, we're friends on Facebook now, and I have no intentions of reaching out, and I completely forgot about it until the tarot reading. And so it's like I made a decision that was sort of like a mistake I would have made in the past, but the cycle is broken. So I didn't fall into the rest of it. The reason I sent them a friend request on Facebook because I genuinely just wanted to see how they were doing. They were just on my mind, and I was like, you know what, I wonder what they're up to now. And I went and saw that, they had a new Facebook, and I was like, oh, and they look like they're doing great, and that's awesome, and I'm happy for them. But that doesn't mean I have to fall back into the same cycle. And the universe knows that. The universe knows that I'm not going to fall back into the same cycle, that I'm in a new place, I'm a new human, and so are you. That's what this seems like, is that we are finally entering a place where we are capable of making sound decisions based on our lives and based on the lessons that we've learned. Also finally entering an era where it's like we're finally not looking at the past longingly, wondering, should I have left that behind? Should I go back to it? Should I this? Should I that? It's like we really know in our hearts that no, none of that was meant for us. We can do better. We're in a better place. And so it's okay to look back on the situations and think of people fondly or remember good times, but we know that those good times were also in the mix of a lot of terrible times, and we deserve better now. There's a lot left here, but all around right now is not a time for learning. It is a time for doing. You've done all the preparation, you've done all the hard work. We've talked about that a lot recently too, so I don't want to sound like a broken record, but immediately this mental image came into my head where I think I saw it on Facebook before, where it was like we need to change our perspective of time from this, and what it had was like a big block that was for the past, a tiny little block that was for the present, and a big block that was for the future. And it said we need to change it to this, which was like a medium block for the past, a nice bubble for the present, and a big block for the future. And that really resonates with me, and I think that that's the energy here, is that you've been working really hard in the present, and now it's also time to reap the reward in the present. Stop working yourself to death.